Welcome back, baseball fans. The 1972 Winter Baseball Classic. We're in another semifinal round. We've got a game tonight between Mississippi and Savannah. Winner of this series, best of 7 series, hosts the Hollywood Hills in the Winter Baseball Championship. How about that, folks? Mississippi playing out of Pass Christian, I believe, and Savannah in Georgia there. In the Sun Belt South against big old Hollywood. Let's show you what happened. Game 1 opening up in Savannah. Nellie Briles and Al Downing in a pitcher's duel. Give Downing the win, 2-1. The 2 runs, a Kurt Motton 2-run homer. That's it. Low scoring. Stays that way again in Game 2. Game 2. Final score 2-zip this time. It's Tom Bradley, Chicago White Sox pitcher, combining with John Hiller for a 4-hit shutout. Mississippi's bats are stone cold. Only runs in this game, an RBI single by Milt May and an RBI ground out by Jim Fregosi. So, after 2 straight wins at home, the series goes to Mississippi, and they're thinking, okay, let's right the ship, and they do. Doc Ellis on the road against Steve Klein, the ace of Mississippi. This is all one-sided. Suddenly Mississippi, all they needed to go home and get some of that Pass Christian Creole shrimp on the bayou down there or whatever. And yeah, they had 8 runs and 17 hits. Go figure, after being getting just 1 run the last 2 games. They throw the shutout. Steve Klein, 5-hitter, strange series, 2-1 thus far. Can Mississippi even it up in a Game 5? Well, yeah, they do, in a close game. And they were behind the 8 ball because Bruce Del Canton was starting for Savannah. But Mississippi had to go to their bullpen and have Don Stanhouse. Mississippi's played a lot of games, and they have missed some days off, and so they had to pitch 5 days in a row and play 5 days in a row. And so Stanhouse had to come into the bullpen. Don Stanhouse gets the win. Here's his line. 5 innings, 1 hit, 4 runs, 7 walks, 3 strikeouts, gets a win. Mike Strahler, 3 shutout innings relief. Mel Queen gets a save. Savannah had their chances, but they blew a golden opportunity to go up 3-1. So we got a long series, folks. We're tied at 2. Turns to a best of 3. So what happens in Game 5? It's a rematch of Al Downing. No, it's Al Downing, not against Briles. It's Al Downing, Mike Caldwell. A battle of lefties in this one. 2 singles in the 3rd, a 2-out, 2-run triple by Steve Bry. Mike Caldwell puts a couple guys on in the 8th. A double by Fuentes scores a 3rd run. Reggie Smith gets thrown out the plate. Briles, 8 innings, 9 hits, the 3 runs. But it's Al Downing winning the 2nd game in this series with a 2-hit shutout. 5 walks and 3 Ks. Savannah, they do get a road win. The only road win thus far. They're up 3-2. They come back to the Spanish Moss, Forsyth Park, and all that sort of wonderfulness for a Game 6 and 7 if necessary. Speaking of that, there we go. Let's get some Spanish Moss in here. We're back home in Savannah now. Got to put some scenery out here for you folks. There's the backdrop for the game. The park's over here somewhere, and there's like lots of dogs and frisbees and all that sort of thing. Mississippi at Savannah, Game 6. Great pitching matchup. It's Nelson Briles for the visitors. Was a Pirate in 72, 14-11, 308 ERA, 196 innings. Tom Bradley making his 2nd start. 15-14, 298 ERA for your 72 White Sox and 260 innings. They're counting on the White Sox are counting on Bradley. They're going to draft this card, we believe, in the upcoming Summer League draft. So we'll see how it plays. Played pretty well last time. Can he put his team in the Winter Baseball Championship? Well, let's get started from Savannah. Bud Harrelson leads off, and he grounds a 2nd. Tommy Helms, 3rd X. Fergosi's a 3E27. He makes the play. Wayne Garrett flies to right. Bottom of the 1st. Lou Brock, 58, pops to 3rd. Kurt Mott now batting 2nd because of the walks on this card. Flies left. Milt May, 112, pops short. Top of 2. Storm Cash, 66 is a K. Mickey Stanley, 48. Base hit. Joe Pepitone, 37. Base hit left field. Stanley, 15. She's going to try to go coast to coast with one out. He makes it. Runners with the corners are going to bring it up for Boots Day. 410 and Boots Day. Now, this would have been a disastrous 3-run homer off of Bradley. Gets up homers to lefties. It is a single dot because Day doesn't have power. It's 1-zip. Runner still in the corner for Frank Howard. I think you're going to play it back for double play now if you can. 38's a strikeout. And J.C. Martin, 48. Uh-oh, triple 1-4. Base hit dot. Not a good start for Bradley. And Bud Harrelson, 37 is a K. 2-0 for the visitors. Reggie Smith, 210, walks. Fergosi, 54, flies left. John Kennedy, 311, right. And Smith's going to steal with 2 outs. And he's going to be out on an 18. Trying to get something going there. Didn't work. Tommy Helms, 46, is a K. Wayne Garrett, 211, is a bouncer to short. And Norm Cash, 410, is gone. That's the one bugaboo on the Bradley card. The dingers versus lefties. Mickey Stanley, short X. This is Mr. Kennedy, a 336, and that's a single. Not a good day for the home squad. Pepitone. Double on a 9, and he gets it. You know, they rolled that his last start. They didn't get it. This is a different day. Bradley does not have the stuff. Stanley's going to try and score from first. And he does. 4-zip. Boots Day. Left X. Buford's a 3. 3 in left field. Makes the catch. Well, Sloppy Savannah. Not playing well. Trying to win 6. Jim Spencer, 311. Pops the second. Don Buford, 2-6 third. Tito Fuentes used to bat second, but he's done nothing this tournament, so now he's batting 9th. Pops the first. Top of the 4th. Frank Howard, 57's a K. J.C. Martin, 39, is a fly ball to right, and with 2 outs, it is Bloody Harrelson. 3-2, triple 1-10, base hit. The homer on these cards against lefties, okay. There's 3-2's triple 1-10. It's a base hit for Bud. Bud's going to steal with a big lead, and he's throwing out stealing. They're running in mud here in Savannah. Not Mississippi mud, this is Savannah mud. Not getting any traction, going down the base pass or getting thrown out stealing. Bottom of the 4th, Lou Brock, 6'10", third X. 3E25, and there's a cheap hit off the first one, off of Bryles, off of defense. Kurt Motton, 47. There's another base hit to right field. You got to think Brock will go to third. I don't know. No, you know what? It's why get thrown out down 4? First and second, nobody out. I know it's a 15 chance, but you just can't avoid giving up easy outs. And these offenses aren't particularly good, and you're down 4. Milt May, 2-8 is almost a walk. It's a fly ball to right. Reggie Smith, 1-7. There you go. Double 1-19 is a RBI double. You got second and third with 1 out. They're going to play back with the lead. Jim Fregosi, 1-7 is a walk. The bases are loaded. Playing back for John Kennedy. 6-12, center C, too shallow. Big at bat here for Jim Spencer with 2 outs. And he rolls to first base. Oh, there you go. Well, Brock did score, for what it's worth. We go to the 5th. It's Tommy Helms, 64, third X. Fregosi, 3-27 at third base, and he kicks the ball. Wayne Garrett, 49. There's homer 1-7. Has no power. It's a double. Helms will stay there. Second and third. Mississippi's got it rolling again after being shut out the previous day. It's a weirdly, streakily weird team. Has, every third game they hit well. And they're still alive in the tournament. Norm Cash, 1-9's a walk. And here they are again today. You can't get them out. Mickey Stanley, 3-10. Double play ball. That'll score a run. Runner at third, 2 outs. Unearned run for Joe Pepitone. Homer, 1-10. He gets it. That is a 2-run homer. And Boots of Day. 2-6, ground ball to first. Well, White Sox, that's what Tom Bradley gives you. Something to think about. Don Buford, bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel. Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, Don Buford. If Mississippi forces a Game 7, which is highly likely now, we'll pick you up at a critical moment in that final game so you can witness it. So, and then we'll do an elimination of the team, the 20 cards of the loser of the series. Don Buford, 39, is a walk. Fuentes, down 7, going to hit and run? No, it's okay. 111, pops the third. Lou Brock, 39, walks. Kurt Motton, 65, 1-11, and Kurt Motton is gone. They gave him power. He's one homer. They gave him power both ways with one homer, folks. That's just the way it goes sometimes in Strat. That's a 3-run homer, his second homer of this series. The second home run in 6 games. He had one in 1972 for the Angels. It's ball game, 7-4. Milt May pops the third. And Reggie Smith, guys in the deep center field. This is Mickey Stanley's a 1-2. We've got some sensational center fielders, folks. You've been seeing it all series long. Particularly for guys who, you know, they're not necessarily having their best years, or there are better center fielders not in the particular set of players because they're already in the summer league box of 1972. But we've seen -2, -3, -4 arms, ones in center field. We got Mickey Stanley, a 1-2 E2, against Reggie Smith, a 2-4 E6 center fielder. This is a era of sensational defense in center field, so you better have one. It could really help your pitching staff out a lot. 7-4 game. Top of the 6th. We'll let Bradley eat up another inning. Frank Howard, K's. J.C. Martin rolls a second, and with 2 outs, it's Bud Harrelson, 56. Skies to right field. Nellie Briles, 7-4 lead, starter 8. We'll continue. Fregosi, 1-9. That's a walk. John Kennedy, 45. Short X, but it's Bud Harrelson. He's not a 1. It's a 2E22. And that is a 6-4-3 double play. That's how you win games, folks. Your defense at short. Jim Spencer, double 1-4, base hit. Don Buford, 65. Homer 1-7 if you have power. Double the rest. He gets double the rest. And Spencer is an 11 runner, 12-13. -2, I'm 11. I got to run with Fuentes up, even though I'm down 3. And he scores on a 7. So we get the RBI double after a double play, which is very rare. And Fuentes will bat here. And a 7-5 game is the tie run. And 1-6 Fuentes. Triple 1-2 base hit. And suddenly Nellie Briles looks vulnerable here. It's a 7-6 game. Lou Brock doesn't have power. He'll pitch to him. 1-9 for Lou's a base hit to left field. Now Fuentes. 15, 16, 17, plus 3 homer Frank Howard's a 20. You may as well go to third just to make it interesting. And the question remains, do you pitch to Kurt Motton? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12 in 3 innings. That's what I call broken. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're hooking him. One reason we're hooking him is so he doesn't lose. Actually, he can lose. You know, walk, double play, 2-run score, 2 on the bases. That could be 8-7. But Briles is getting hooked. And they're going to go to Mike Strahler here, who came out of the bullpen very effectively in Game 4 with 3 shutout innings. Mike Strahler comes on in the 6th inning as Nellie Briles runs out of gas, gives up 6 runs. You'll face Kurt Motton. And Kurt Motton, let's face it, he's a 156 hitter. I mean, come on. Should be able to get him out. Here's the pitch to Kurt. 59 is a roller to second base. It stays 7-6. But we got a ball game. Now, when you're that close to getting a guy off the hook, Bradley will pitch to Helms, and then we'll see what we do after that. 1-7, homer 1-4, missed it. Okay, now you got lefty. Let's start getting rid of guys. So 6 1/3. We're going to hook our guy, Bradley, who gave up 7 runs. Was, you know, these you don't have a deep bullpen or a deep pitching staff. So when you give up 6 and 7 runs, you just have to stay in the game, not like the modern sport. So 2 lefties coming up, a righty, then 2 more lefties. They're going to go to lefty John Hiller. We kind of want him available for Game 7 if there is one, and there probably will be. So let's keep Hiller on a short leash here. Batting for Wayne Garrett will be Ron Hunt. Ron Hunt. 1-7 for Ron is a base hit. Norm Cash, you know, Cash is going to hit and run with 1 out. He can do that against a lefty. Moves the runner up. He had virtually no hits on those cards. So now you got a runner at second for Mickey Stanley. Hiller's good against righties though. 53, first C. Nice outing for Hiller. It's 7-6. It's anybody's game, folks. Stretch time in Savannah, Georgia. We are enjoying listening to Pylon. They're a band from Athens, Georgia in the early 80s. This is their 83 LP Chomp featuring Crazy, this song, and Gyrate, and some other fun stuff by Pylon from Georgia. Not necessarily Savannah, Georgia, but you get the idea. Okay. Bottom of the 7th. Mike Strahler continues. He'll face Milt May. 6-11, first X. Pepitone's a 2-6 at first base. Makes the play. Reggie Smith, 68, lines to second, and with 2 outs. Fregosi, 37, base hit. John Kennedy, 46, base hit right field. Fregosi won't make the 3rd out at third. And with 2 outs and 2 on, big at bat here for Jim Spencer. 2-9, rolls to second base. Strahler does the trick. He'll leave after an inning and a third. We'll go to the 8th inning. Pepitone and Boots Day. Pepitone pitcher. That's an inning. Inning and a third is all I really want to go. Boots Day, base hit. Actually, I'll go right there. So he actually went an inning. I want to save him for Game 7. Randy Moffett will come on in the 8th of a 7-6 game. This big old can of kerosene. See if you can burn this inning down. Frank Howard is the batter with a runner at first and 1 out. Here's the pitch. 6-10 catcher's card. Milt May's a 2-14. Foul out. So he stays at first. For J.C. Martin, 1-9 is single ... Runners on the corners. It's Bud Harrelson, 65, center B. Wow, 7-6 game. These bullpens are not particularly good. They're hanging in there. It's a 1-run affair. Bottom of the 8th, we're going to go to Mark Schaefer. He's a pretty horrible pitcher, but he's had a pretty good tournament. And, yeah, we'll see what happens here. Any defense to bring in? No. No, of course not. Bottom of the 8th, Don Buford leads it off. 47 is a base hit. C stealer, used to be an A. Now Fuentes is going to hit away. For 11, right X. Out in right field, you got Boots Day, 2-8 in right field. Makes the grab. Lou Brocken at lefty's fine. 59. Walks, 2 on, 1 out for Motton. Not good against lefties. So batting for him, this is where they'll flip back over to a righty. And the bench is terrible. Yeah, they're just terrible. There's no better. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's a 1-run game, but it's basically over, you know. Mike Ryan will pinch hit. Mike Ryan hit 179. He's coming in to pinch hit here. And Mark Schaefer will come out of the game. He got an out. And they're just gonna turn this thing over because they're down. They need 2 wins in this series. So they're gonna go to Mel Queen for a 5-out save. They can get it. Mel Queen in the 8th with 2 on and 1 out against Mike Ryan, a pinch hitter. Here's the pitch. 2-6 is almost a hit. It's a K. And with 2 outs, it's Milt May. 47 is a base hit to left field. It's Buford. He can run against the +3 armor, Frank Howard. By the way, they don't have any defense in left field for Frank Howard, if you're wondering. And he scores, and we got a tie game. Wow. Brock goes to third on the throw. A 7-7 tie, and it's Reggie Smith. 34 back to the mound. Well. I think even if this goes extra innings, these bullpens are so awful, the game should end quickly regardless. It is 7-7 after 8. And in the 9th inning, it'll be Helms, and now you got the two righties. So Moffitt will continue against Tommy Helms. 2-8, bouncer to short. Ron Hunt, 66, short X. This is the 3E36 shortstop, and he makes the play. And now you got Norm Cash. Gosh, you almost just want to walk him. This guy is just hit too many 9th inning home runs. There's 2 outs. And Moffitt's awful against lefties, and you don't want to bring in Bob Miller just yet. They're going to walk Norm Cash. They are that scared of one of those monster home runs. They're going to go after Mickey Stanley, a 234 batter. That makes more sense. Pitch to Mickey Stanley. Oh, but if Mickey gets a hit, a base hit to center field. Now you're in trouble. You got Joe Pepitone here. You didn't want to have to bring in Bob Miller, but guess what? You got to bring in Bob Miller now. So Moffitt gets 4 outs. 8 2/3. Yep. So Bob Miller's coming on to the 9th with 2 on and 2 outs. Bob Miller was a Pirate closer. Probably got a World Series ring in 71, I'm thinking. He comes on to the 9th with 2 on and 2 outs to face Joe Pepitone. Here's the pitch to Joe. 47 delivers the single to right field, but it's Cash, who we intentionally walked now. Don't forget, we walked with 2 out, nobody on. We walked Cash. He's a 10 runner. I think he's running, folks. I really do. 10, 11, 12. Who's in right field? The right fielder is Brock with +1 arm with making it out of 13. He scores on a 6. It's Norm Cash legging it out, folks. Blowing the strategy all out. 2 outs, nobody on. Now you got Boots Day. 37 on a single on a 10, and he gets a single on a 10, and Stanley will score. It just cascades. One mistake, one bad call, and there you go. Frank Howard left. But Mel Queen has a 9-7 lead, but he needs 3 more outs. No defensive changes. It'll be Fregosi leading off in the bottom of the 9th. 49, single on a 5. He gets a single on a 5, on a 1. Big break. Now your tie run is John Kennedy. 55 is a walk. 2 on, nobody out for Jim Spencer. Down 2 in the 9th. 46, double 1, single. I told you this game ain't going extra innings, folks. Single ... Runners on the corners of a 9-8 game as both bullpens are just, doing the whole dog and fire hydrant thing, if you know what I'm talking about there. And here we are. Runners on the corners, nobody out in a 9-8 game. You got to bring it up. You got Buford Fuentes. Stanhouse pitched a few days ago. This is Mel Queen's game. He's a relief 3. He can't break. He just needs to put his big boy pants on and force a game 7 if possible. So the infield comes up for Don Buford. 5-11. It's another walk. Okay. Well, now you got the bases loaded. Nobody out in a 9-8 game. A bunting. Infield up. Tito Fuentes. 35, right be question mark to tie it. Who's the runner? Who's the victim? If there's 1 out, you run it in this situation. With nobody out, you might have some trepidation here. It is going to be this guy. Kennedy, Spencer, and Buford. John Kennedy. He's a 12 runner. You got a -2 arm in right field, so it's only a 12 shot. You got to respect the -2 arm when you haven't, when there's nobody out. So I am not tagging up. Well, I'm not running on the 12 with nobody out in a 9-8 game. The infield is still up for Lou Brock. Here's the pitch to Lou. 1-8, Lou Brock delivers. It's a base hit into center field. Kennedy ties it. Spencer to win it. 11, not running off Mickey Stanley either. So we're doing one run at a time as both bullpens implode. Now it's a 9-9 game. Bases loaded, 1 out. Infield's up, and you've got Mike Ryan, the guy who pinch hit last inning. The pitch to Mike Ryan. 34 with the infield up is a 6-2 force out. And with 2 outs, the dreaded 2 runs each team scores in the inning. Milt May, bases loaded, 2 outs. A walk will end this thing. A catcher's pass ball will as well. The pitch to Milt May. 2-5 is a fly ball to right, and we're still playing baseball, folks. I don't know. I guess this is thrilling, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8 2/3. Yeah. Is that just 1 out that guy got? Yeah. Well, Bob Miller's only pitched a third of an inning, so he can go a long time here. Here's a relief 2. Top of the 10th inning of a 9-9 tie, it's J.C. Martin. 58 flies to right. Back up top to Bud Harrelson. 64 third X. Will this be a game where Norm Cash gets intentionally walked twice with nobody on base and 2 outs? Third X. Fergosi's a 327 makes the play. And with 2 outs, it's Tommy Helms. He flies to right field. 3 up and 3 down, Bob Miller. Difference in closers. Bob Miller. Excellent. 2.67 ERA. Mel Queen, not so much. 4.35 ERA. And it shows, folks. Inning and 2/3 for the relief 3. This is his breaking inning. 3 walks will do it. It'll be Reggie Smith leading off in a 9-9 tie in the bottom of the 10th. 1-4 misses a homer by 1 roll. Bounces to second base. Jim Fregosi. 6-12 left field. That's a breaking number, by the way, but he's a relief 3. Didn't break. John Kennedy. And, of course, as usual, the teams go 0 for 6 after scoring 4 runs combined the previous inning. We go to the 11th. It's Dog Will Hunt leading off. 1-6 is a base hit for the Bee Stealer. You may as well steal at this point. Yeah, he's going to steal. He's in there. What's the T rating? For May, it's a 3. So he's at second with nobody out. It's Norm Cash. Boy, you got the double play set up if you walk him again. We're gonna walk Norm Cash again. If anything, it gets the game over quicker, folks. They're gonna walk Norm Cash with the base open, play back for a double play out of Mickey Stanley, who we don't really fear that much, even though he got a big hit last inning. 49, and Bob Miller walks, and the bases are loaded, nobody out. Oh boy, they're gonna bring the infield out for Pepitone. 2-6, they get it, a 3-2-3 double play. The first baseman and catcher playing catch. 3-2-3. Now you got second and third with 2 outs, and it's Boots Day with a base open. Frank Howard's pretty bad this year. You could put your 4th man on the base this inning. That breaks him technically, so. Boots Day, 37, single on a 10, and of course he gets it. And they get a run. So not Hunt, this guy scores. And Frank Howard. 35 is a walk, and their bases are loaded for J.C. Martin. 47 is a base hit, and this thing is just about over now. And it'll be Bud Harrelson. And they probably won't get out anymore. Second. Okay, another 2 runs. 11-9, Mel Queen. It's all you, buddy. It's all Mel Queen in an 11-9 game. Bottom of the 11th inning, it's Jim Spencer. You got this nice scoreless inning buffer to prevent breaking from happening with a 2-run lead. So you got to do you have to do the same work you did in the 9th again. Good luck with that. Jim Spencer, 43, first X. It's Pepitone, a 2E6. And it's a base hit off Pepitone. Don Buford, 64, second X, but this should be a double play out of Tommy Helms, a 2E18. No, it's a fielder's choice. All right, runner at first for Fuentes. 49 is a walk. 1 more to break him. 2 on. 1 out, Lou Brock. 111, first B. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. You got to hold Brock, though, because you don't want the tie run in scoring position. So it's first and third with 2 outs, and it's the dangerous Mike Ryan. 37 is a strikeout, and that's your ball game. So he went, there it is, 11-9, a battle of futility. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, should be 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me see here. Did Queen really go 3 2/3? I guess he didn't get 1 1/3, 2 1/3. Yeah. He went 3 2/3. My bad. That's right. He pitched in the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. And he's done now for the rest of the series. He's a relief 3. He won't be available for Game 7. We're all tied up. 3 games apiece, folks. I'll let you know who wins Game 7, or I'll pick you up in Game 7 when it happens. For the deciding moment in this, in air quotes, exciting best-of-7 series between Mississippi and Savannah. We'll pause it for a moment and be back with you shortly. Well, folks, we got the last inning of a Game 5, Game 7. It's 3-zip in the 9th inning. Doc Ellis, 8 shutout innings, giving up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, an 8-hitter. 3 runs for Savannah. RBI double by Kennedy, 2 earned by Kurt Motton. That's right, folks. Kurt Motton, 3 homers in 6 games, had 142 at-bats. Do the math, though. He'd probably hit a dozen or more homers in the full season. Doc Ellis going for a CGSO 3-0 lead. Pirates star Doc Ellis. Let me read you the stats to confirm. 15-7, 271 ERA in 163 innings. This card is up in the Summer League, and it's showing pretty well here. Can he finish it? 3-0 in the 9th. It'll be Wayne Garrett. 47, second X. This is Mr. Fuente, a 330 second baseman, makes the play. Norm Cash, 48's a base hit. Mickey Stanley, 67 is a K, and with 2 outs is up to Joe Pepitone. 48's a base hit to left field. Now you got Boots Day. And then you have Frank Howard on deck. I am going to go, I'm going to pull him. With 1 more out to get in a 3-0 shutout for John Hiller. Can you get an out, John Hiller? In the 9th, trying to protect a 3-0 shutout, John Hiller. The pitch to Boots Day. 54, center X, and it's a 2-6, a Reggie Smith in center field, and he makes the catch. And there's your ball game. The 2-6 caught the ball finally. And it's a 3-0 final. And Savannah wins games 1, 2, 5, and 7 of the series. Tough loss for Steve Klein. We'll do the elimination of Mississippi shortly. And we'll be back in a moment. Okay, folks, this is the elimination for the Mississippi River Queens. They fought valiantly. They lost in 7. You saw the great comeback in Game 6 in extra innings. They played a lot of baseball games. They went 15-12 in the tournament, 3 over 500. Yeah, still not quite good enough to get to the finals. So let's take a look at this team a little closer. We start with 4 guys who are carrying on in a future year. Wayne Garrett with the Mets, Nelson Browse with an expansion team, Portland, Mike Caldwell with the Giants, Carl Morton with Atlanta. And then we have, this is the group of keepers, 8 of them. So the first guy is Bud Harrelson, and I'm looking here, and I want a 1. He's going to be a 1, I think, in 73 or 4, and also hit better. 215, so no, we don't want that. Mickey Stanley, outstanding defense, 1-2, kills lefties, but you see his shortcomings against righties as he's a 234 hitter. Not sure which you were going to take. Frank Howard is running out of gas. Now he's on the Tigers. Yeah, he gets traded to the Tigers. What a great platoon that would be with Norm Cash, huh? They played full time, they'd hit like 80 home runs, but as a platoon, that would work pretty good. Yeah, he's really just a platoon DH at this point. He's still property of the Texas Rangers because he was a Washington Senator. Ron Hunt, the famous hit-by-pitch card of 71 is no more, though we think he had a lot of hit-by-pitches as he has them on 7 and 7. But we're not going to use this card either because he hits 300 in 1973 or 4. So, Tommy Helms could be this card. I don't think he's going to be a 1 anymore. Great bat handler, power against lefties, 218, good defense at second base, 259 hitter. Full season with the Astros after the trade. So he is on the Astros, and they have to decide which of the 4 years they want for Helms coming up. We'll do more investigation as we get closer to the draft. Joe Pepitone was chosen in the expansion draft from Seattle, mostly because he played on different teams, and they have a tendency to get selected. He played for the Yankees and the Cubs. Used to play some center. Had a year where he hit 300. Had a year where he hit 26 home runs. Now he does neither. But he's still a good glove at first base and a nice left-handed stick who you don't mind too much leaving in there against a lefty. Obviously, it's going to hurt his batting average at 23%. But still a good Joe Pepitone card. Here's the Norm Cash card. He had all these home runs, and they were just terrific in the tournament. He had some ninth-inning, game-tying, game-winning home runs in the tournament we just played. But he finally succumbs to that hard left-handed pitching, and that's pretty awful over here. So that's why with the Tigers, he would have been in a platoon with Frank Howard. The only pitcher on this keeper list is a great one. Steve Klein was Yankee property in 71 and in 72. Did the same kind of thing. Pitched to an ERA of 2-something on 3 days rest. So getting him away from the Yankees is a great feat for the Seattle Mariners who have him. Of course, this Yankee team isn't. If it was the late 70s, that would have been more of an accomplishment. But early 70s Yankees, not so much. But you still got a really good Steve Klein away from New York. We had one guy we put on the retired list, and it's this guy, Mel Queen. I think the stats look better than the card. Mel had one of those 0-0 years. He didn't win or lose a game in 31 innings. Anytime you see 31 or a real low number of innings pitched, chances are these numbers down here will kill you. The 31 walks and 19 strikeouts and the 2 home runs. And it's going to be some tough sledding to pull Mel Queen out of retirement, even though he was Colorado's closer the last few years. Not over there, but maybe over there, no homers. They're all over there. So it's going to be a wait-and-see game for Mel. If he was left-handed, maybe. Okay, now we have 4 wavered players. Jerry May, I think he was with the Cubs with Randy Hundley. Neither had much offense. And this Jerry May doesn't either. 190. Boots Day played center field, good defensively with some speed with the Expos. He's still a 2-2. Well, he doesn't have that base stealing anymore. It's a 14-runner rate bunter. I think it's around 240, 233. Love the defense of center field. And like I said, you got to have good defense out there in this league. Everybody's got a great center fielder. Ed Spezio had a good 71, now in 72. He hits lefties pretty well for high average. Not much power anymore. He gave him power over here. Overall, it's like a 246 card or something. 238. See, what hurts this player is that he doesn't have more positions this year. You throw in some shortstop and some second base, then I'll look at that batting average and go, hey, let's go get this guy. And he's a 426, so it's not. It's going to be tough for this guy, it really is. J.C. Martin. We love left-handed hitting catchers with power. He does not have it. And I love seeing nothing there. It means it's all over here. It's just not quite enough. So if you're really chomping at the bit, if you're a team that has like only 1 or 2 lefties on it and you need a 3rd or 4th lefty, then go get J.C. Martin. But otherwise, It's just not worth the squeeze. All right. We have 3 undrafted free agents. The first of which is this guy, Mark Schaefer. And I tell you what, folks, remember I said Mississippi went 15-12? This guy got a lot of work, believe it or not. He pitched 11 innings in about 15 appearances, or maybe 10 appearances. And he didn't do that bad. Pitched to an ERA of like 3 or 4. And he only had 41 innings with that 4.61 ERA. You know, obviously this card's a little ridiculous, but he's a left-hander. And, by the way, he's an E0 pitcher. How about that? So he's got one redeeming quality, folks. He is an E0 pitcher. There's an out on 5 and on 13 and on 3 and on 4. So you start picking out the card, and it's like, you know, scraping the burnt off like you burnt the dinner and you're just scraping the burn marks off to see what you can eat. Yeah, that's Mark Schaefer there. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Mike Strahler. Wow, deja vu. Mark Schaefer, Mike Strahler, SNS guys here. Strahler, a 3.26 ERA. Well, I don't think it's going to happen. He's going to need a lot of magic to make this work to 3.26. That's just too many on base over there. He's got an out there and an out there, though. The homer and the walk combo. He is just a guy, as you like to say, but he's not too terrible. And lastly, Don Stanhouse, the guy who threw a one-hitter and gave up 4 runs with 7 walks in 5 innings. What's good here is there's no homers. They're over there. And there's walks on 6 and 7. It's Don Stanhouse. He'll do that his whole career. It was called Full Pack by Earl Weaver when he was an Oriole reliever late in the decade. Full pack of cigarettes when this guy pitched the 9th inning. All right, 2-9, 377, 105 innings. Was a Texas Ranger. I don't know. I'm not sure. These free agents, whoo, man. Now you know why in 4 years of looking at these cards, in the first 3 years, they didn't make the league. But what this shows is in the 4th and final installment, you might be willing to live with a guy like this if it's just for 1 year, so you don't have to cost a draft pick to replace him. And then his contract will expire and you get somebody better next year. So that's the good news on the 72 players. The year 1 players, if they're awful, they're only 1-year contracts. That's it for eliminating the Mississippi River Queens. Da-na-na-na. Mississippi, there you go. And we'll have a Savannah Hollywood final. Look for that coming soon. Thanks for checking us out. We'll see you next time.